This is Kevin Douglas. We're playing Goblins and Vintage. I think this is an okay hand. Doesn't really do much on the first turn, but we do have a pretty good land destruction here, and hopefully we'll be able to just tax a greedy mana base. So hopefully they play something we can Wasteland here. So they're not going to. We'll go ahead and play Mountain. So this will set us up this next turn if we draw like a Null Rod or a Thorn. Then we'll still be able to Wasteland one of these lands, as well as play that hate card with the Simian Spear Guide. They do have enough islands for Gush now. I think we'll get rid of the Tundra. What could hurt us the most of this hand with Warchief is a Path, I think. Or a Swords. So let's go ahead and keep sniping these lands. That Ancestral Recall is going to help them find more land, which is kind of a bummer here. But maybe they missed, or they just have so many lands they want to brainstorm and shuffle some away. So they actually had to discard a Snapcaster Mage, which seems pretty good for us. Go ahead and strip mine here. Play our Skirk Prospector. Well, it'll actually give us a little extra mana next turn if we want to try to play a Warchief. Unfortunately, what we really need to do is draw some land. Yeah, so the extra 7 cards they've seen so far really kind of helped them come back from all of the strip mine and wastelands that we did. I think we just start attacking here. I'd really like to either just know that we have another land or find a cavern to cast one of these Warchiefs. We're kind of in a spot right now where if we kind of get rid of the Prospector and the Simian Spirit Guide, that we can't really cast anything in our hand until we draw a couple more land. Perfect, so that's why we wait.
My New Year's resolution is to get new customers in the door.
Well, Staples has everything you need to promote your business. Signs, pens, mugs, you name it.
Perfect.
And right now you can get 15% off custom banners and posters.
So we'll get a Warchief. We'll see if this one sticks around.
Oh, how many were there?
Just the one.
Then Happy New Year.
This year, resolve to promote.
So that's funny. Can't counter it because it's uncounterable, but I guess they're gonna have to discard it anyway. So they might just be using it to feed their delve spells, which makes sense. And I guess that even if it doesn't get countered, they still add that mana. So yeah, it just seems actually like a pretty good play. Let's see if Jace comes down. No, they're gonna treasure cruise. So they don't have the swords mana right now. What we really want is this Goblin Warchief to survive till next turn so we can cast this other Warchief. Might as well make a mana off of that. So we'll go ahead and play another Warchief. See if this one sticks around. So again, I think we'll just keep running out the Warchiefs. It's really nice to have redundancy in those. So we know that they're an Echoing Truth deck. We've played this person in this room a couple times. So unfortunately what they're going to be able to do is Abrupt Decay one Chief and trade with the other one. Well, I guess they're just going to go for the trade. I'm kind of surprised. They must value those cards more and just maybe have another answer for the Goblin Warchief this turn. So what I really want to do next turn is Matron for a Piledriver. I kind of want something that's able to get through all of their blockers, is immune to Jace. So Null Rod's kind of interesting. We know they have a lot of counter spells, so I don't think it's worth running the Null Rod. I think it might just be time for us to sack this Prospector and look for a Ringleader. So we'll start drawing some cards of our own here. So they're actually going to exile that. So that's kind of unfortunate. Now we really do need to draw another land. But at least if we don't, we're going to be able to cast that Null Rod next turn. Probably into a counter spell, but it's something. So the fact that they're attacking there tells me they might have a Snapcaster Mage. So we'll go ahead and send this Ringleader in instead. See if they have another Mindbreak Trap. If they have a Snapcaster Mage, they would be able to bring it back. Or play that Mindbreak Trap again. Yeah, so unfortunately that's just a pretty good answer to our Cavern of Souls. So it looks like they were tapping mana for something and then just decided either they're going to wait till their second main phase or... Might see a Jace here. Yep, so it looks like this Warchief might get bounced. So we just didn't do enough in the beginning of this game, I think. Besides those Wastelands, we didn't really have like any other way to kind of slow them down, and then they just kind of pulled ahead. So I think we'll attack the Jace. If they have a Snapcaster Mage, then we'll just kind of get ambush vipered, but letting the Jace stick around a turn just kind of keeps putting us behind. And they actually have a pretty good clock going now. Yeah, so good game. We'll go ahead and concede that and go to the next one. I actually kind of like Ethersworn Canonist. It does shut down their Snapcaster Mages. So what do I want to get rid of? Maybe Skirk Prospector and the Gempalm Incinerator. I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and keep. We have kind of like 3 hate cards here. Unfortunately, we can't play anything turn 1. But really all we're kind of giving up is the advantage of being on the play. So they're going Library into Sapphire. So I think I'm gonna Null Rod here. Try to start keeping him off mana. So they'll get to Library at their after their draw step. Be really nice to find some land destruction for that library. Or somehow get them off it by making them counter something. Probably like this Thalia. Yep, so there's a mana drain, so hopefully they're off the library now. So if we wanted to, we can haste into the Jace. They don't have any... They don't have the mana up for mana drain right now. And if they counter it, then they're definitely going to be off of library. I think we go for it. So with that recall, they're back on the library. Yep, so there's a Force of Will. Yeah, I think that this game just kind of got away from us. Maybe trying to get that Ethersworn Canonist out at some point would have been good, but they could just Jace it away. I think we really needed that Goblin Warchief to resolve. So we're not totally out of it, but if we can't find a cavern here, then I think that we're probably in bad shape. We definitely have to get rid of that library. It's just too much advantage. So, yeah, unfortunately with that Jace, they're just going to be able to send that back up to our hand. Which I'm kind of surprised they didn't. They must have another answer to it. Unless they just don't care about playing a lot of spells. So they're going to have to discard 3 cards here. A couple of land. 3 land. So here's Piledriver. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to resolve. So I think we need to just Matron here. So they paused, they thought about it, they let us search something up. We could get another Piledriver. And then if they don't return the Ethersworn Canonist, then if they counter one of them, they're not going to be able to counter the other one. But they would just be able to Jace the next turn. So we're in a pretty bad spot. So they'll dig through time. So we could trade this Snapcaster Mage with the Matron. Alright, so we're actually going to be able to get rid of the Jace here, because if they don't counter a Piledriver, or if they do counter a Piledriver, then they're not going to be able to put in a Snapcaster Mage. Yep, so there's that sword, so they're going to be able to answer the Piledriver probably, but they did not, which kind of makes me want to run out the other one. I mean, they could have a Mind Break or a Mana Drain. And I think we need to attack here, because if they have a Snapcaster Mage, they could just Snapcaster Mage in swords anywhere, anyway. Might as well make them trade that Snapcaster Mage.
And with Spotify Premium, you can listen all day, every day.
Or not. I think I just blew through that attack there.
No ads. Try Premium free.
So at least the only good answer they have to these Piledrivers, I think, is this swords. I guess they also have Abrupt Decays. That could hurt as well. So they're tapping for 5 mana. Yep, so there's Supreme Verdict. So they left a card on top. Hopefully it's a land, because actually I wouldn't mind a land right now. Nope, it's Krenko. So we're going to run the Goblin Matron, because if they don't counter it, if they want to get rid of it with Jace, then we just get to use it again. But it looks like they're probably going to counter it. Okay, or not. And I think we go... I mean, we could go Ringleader and hope we draw into a Cavern here pretty soon. That might not be a bad, bad plan, actually. Yeah, I kind of want a Ringleader. We can actually cast this Krenko or Ringleader with the Simian Spirit Guide. I'm kind of surprised they're not strip mining us. We are pretty light on mana. So there's the strip mine. So here's a Lackey. So we'll start attacking Jace. So they've got an Ancestral. Draw a bunch of cards. Kill our Matron. Swords our dude. Try to Fate Seal us. Yeah, I have a feeling they probably have counter spells for anything that is dangerous that we could cast. Or so I could wait for another land and then have an opportunity to cast both of these even if I don't draw another land. I could try to cast one right now. I think I'll just wait. Hopefully draw, you know, one more land. But I have a feeling if they have enough counters, then they're probably just going to let everything through and they just get that information. Like everything but like a Cavern of Souls. And then they're probably in a position where they can just counter pretty much everything. So they're pretty close to ultimating. We're going to have to make a move here, I think. So this is going to get countered, I'm sure. Yeah, good games.